All right. Here we are. What's going on, people? We're here on Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. I want to salute each and every one of you for your service and what you've done for this country, and just for the people that live here, man. Um, I think that it's easy to lose appreciation for what others do to serve us and make sure we have the freedoms and the liberties that we take for granted sometimes. So, thank you for that. With that being said, my Cowboys fans out there, you suck. Eagles fans out there, rejoice. Commanders fans, get ready, because you know what's coming. Okay, you know what we did to Dallas yesterday. 34-6, big win over Dallas in Arlington. We went to Jerry World and just straight up ripped the soul out of that team. We did what we were supposed to do. Dak Prescott probably going to have the hamstring surgery, so we were facing Cooper Rush, and we knew that their offense was already trash before Dak got hurt. And early in the game, you had the Eagles starting a little bit slow. We got the touchdown to start out, but then they were hanging with us for a little bit until a little bit after halftime. Up until halftime, they were hanging around. We were making some mistakes. We had a turnover. I know Jalen Hurts had a fumble. He had the interception when he was targeting Dallas Goedert. Welcome back in the end zone. Trayvon Diggs jumped the route. That was a beautiful defensive play, by the way. But after that, we got it together. And Saquon, man, look, Saquon's on a mission. Giants fans, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and ask yourselves why you let this guy walk. Not just walk, but walk. Well, not walk. He got in the car. He drove down 95 and he put on Kelly Green. And he's just tearing everybody up right now. Saquon Barkley, phenomenal game. He put a juke move on somebody. I don't remember who it was, but man, he's putting people on skates every damn week. Okay, Sirianni, we had one week where he was kind of steady as the ship goes. Hopefully he can keep that up. We'll see. But pretty good play calling yesterday. Pretty good execution on offense. And after we came out in that third quarter, it was pretty much a wrap. And by the fourth quarter, you had Kenny Pickett came in at that point. You didn't need to do anything by the fourth quarter. So, great game, doing what you're supposed to do. Run the ball on a team that's absolutely hurting on defense and put them away. So there's not really much to talk about with that game. What we're going to talk about more are those Commanders, okay? They get a little bit of success. A little bit of success. And their heads go from here to whoosh. You guys are just making it to the big boy league, okay? We see the Commanders this Thursday. Short week, Thursday night football. I might have to go ahead and get Amazon Prime to watch this game. You know what? Not might. I am going to have to get Amazon Prime to watch this game because I'm absolutely not going to miss this. You have Daniels at quarterback. We know what he can do. I was actually going to draft him for my fantasy league. I think I might have got DK Metcalf or somebody instead of him, but I already knew. I already knew what time it was with him. There wasn't really a question. He throws the ball well. He got wheels, and he makes good decisions. He doesn't turn the ball over. So this new revamped Eagles defense, Cooper DeJean flying around. Ever since he came back healthy, he has taken his defense and transformed it. As a rookie, not a 3-year vet, not a 10-year chiseled veteran. As a rookie, he's come in and been one of the best defensive players on the damn field. And the plays he made last week and then the plays he's making this week, you can put him in a slot, you can put him on the outside, you can put him up at safety. It doesn't matter. You put him back at punt returner, he's making people miss. He has a pretty good average as a punt returner. He's just a playmaker. And then you have Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, between the two of them, they clink locked down CeeDee Lamb. You didn't even hear his freaking name. I love that for this defense. And then the Kobe Dean able to stay healthy, and that dude, he flies around and he's vicious, man. And then you have Zach Baum, who you heard his name in training camp, But now you're seeing what impact he's having on the field and why Vic Fangio was so excited about this guy. He's laying people out every chance he gets. He's getting interceptions, or he's already always around the ball. So between him and the Kobe Dean, you got two guys that are just flying to the football and where the hell they're supposed to be, which is something we're just not used to in Philadelphia when we're looking at our defenses. We're used to complaining about how we never have linebackers and how they never know where the F they're supposed to be at on any given play. And now we actually have guys we can be confident in to take away the intermediate routes and come up and be in their proper gaps and lay the wood on these running backs instead of letting them go for 5, 10 yards and making them look like they're Barry Sanders or Jim Brown. You know what I mean? Like, we're actually tackling people, being in position, taking the right angles, right? If I have outside leverage as a cornerback, well, and I have a safety coming up, if I have outside leverage here and I have a safety coming from this side, well, I keep outside leverage. I don't try to get inside leverage and let the running back or playmaker go this way now. Why? No, keep your leverage. You keep your leverage here, and your other safety keeps their leverage here. And you guys make sure that you keep it to a 3-yard gain instead of letting it go for a 40-yard highlight reel that's going to be on ESPN Top 10. So, these are the little things that you've seen them, well, we've watched them clean up on defense, and you finally see them starting to gel. And now that you have a competent defense, now we're talking. You have an offense that's starting to do the simple things well, keep it simple. And now you have a defense that's able to come out and get stops and get off the field on third down. And you're seeing the difference. So, just a great overall game after a little bit of a bumpy patch there in the second quarter. But, overall, a very good game. I'd give him like a B+. Johnny Wilson got his first touchdown. Shout out to Saquon for making sure that he got his game ball, the first touchdown of his career. Great job all around. And look, the Commanders, kind of a last second loss. Playing the Steelers, I was watching the tail end of that game, and the Steelers were able to go down and get a touchdown. Russell Wilson has that Steelers offense humming a little bit now. And they were able to get a touchdown near the end of the game. And then they were able to stop Washington on a controversial fourth down throw. I thought that Zach Ertz was like a half a yard short. His knee went down before he was able to turn his body upfield and stretch the ball out. So, it was a great throw by the quarterback. Zach Ertz got it just a little bit short, and the Steelers got the ball back. They were able to get it to a fourth down. The Commanders were, and on fourth down, everybody in the stadium, everybody watching on TV, everybody on the sideline for each team knew that the Steelers were coming up to probably give them the hard count and see if somebody would jump. And as a defensive player, we saw this with Jaquay Parker. Jaquay Parker used to be Jaquay Thomas when Andy Reid was here. I believe his number was 75. And there was a fourth down play near the end of the game, I believe. And they made it a point. Don't jump. Watch the ball. Don't listen to the snap. Just watch the ball. And he jumped. And what do you think happened with Washington? They jumped, man. It's like, hut, and then he jumped. It's like, dude, listen. Logically, you have to sit down and logically think about this. I want y'all to look at me in the camera and logically think about this and see if you agree. If it's fourth down, 4th and 1, you're down by 1 point, you're trying to get the Steelers off of the field. You have two outcomes that can happen if they're trying to come out in a tight formation and do the hard snap. Either they're faking it and they're trying to get you to jump off sides. In that case, you're just looking at the ball, and if it's not snapped, it doesn't matter what the quarterback's saying. You move when the ball moves. Or two, they really are going to go for it on fourth down, but still, you move when the ball moves. Because if you wait until the ball snapped, at least you give yourself a shot to stop them. Maybe they still get the first down, Maybe they do a quarterback sneak or a running play between the center and the guard and they get the first down. That's the best you can do. Maybe you stop them, maybe you don't. But if you jump off sides, you give yourself no shot. Like, you have to use your freaking head, man. It don't make me no difference because it's not my team. I don't want to see them win. And last time I checked, we're top of the division now due to tiebreakers. So, haha. Now we have to make sure we come out later this week and get ready for a very, very tough Washington team. I may laugh at them. I may gloat at their idiocy, at their incompetence, their ineptitude. There's a slew of other adjectives I can use. But I know very well that they're bringing heat when we come to play them on Thursday. They are a very, very good and dangerous up and coming team with a young quarterback that has a lot of confidence based off what he's done this year and the team he has around him. So I'll probably talk more about this game maybe Wednesday or something for a prediction. But the one thing I'm looking at is that run defense for Washington. Najee Harris and Warren. I don't know what they did, but I was looking at Warren and he was having his way on a lot of those runs. He was finding gaps and he was able to get his yardage. So as long as this Eagles line does what they continue to do and Saquon continues to be Saquon, we can and will run on this defense. And that's the way to keep Daniels off the field. If the longer you keep that offense off the field, the higher chance you're going to have of winning. And I mean that's a simple distilled down version of how to win football. I mean that's just common sense. But when your weakness is in the run game, it becomes even more apparent of what part you need to attack. Now I'm going to go ahead and read the comments over here. Thanks to everybody that's tuning in. I'm going to get into boxing after this, Tomb. So stay around because Boots Ennis had a IBF title defense at 147 in Philly on Saturday night. I think at the Liacouras Center, maybe at Temple. And then we had Keyshawn Davis and we had Abdullah Mason as well. So, but let me get to the Eagles real quick and look at this comment. Toom says interconference games always play harder. It's likely a healthy sense of pride. Absolutely. And me and my dad were just talking about this. And going back to the 70s and 80s, he would every time the Eagles play Washington, he would always say they can be absolute dumpster juice, but they will play the Eagles like it's the Super Bowl, like their lives depend on it. For 2 games out of their season, they will play them as if they are the best team on earth. Right? It's part of it is pride, like you said. Part of it is a certain level of familiarity with the other team's scheme. We know them, they know us. They know certain formations when they see it like that, whereas the Patriots might not know it unless they had like 2 or 3 weeks of preparation. Right? So like these little subtleties. But yeah, I'm looking at that run defense. And that's where they can be hit hard. They haven't not been good with the run defense all year. Their pass defense has been solid, and obviously their offense is good. But that run defense, if you stick it to them there, you can control the game with time of possession and just by grinding them down. So let me know what y'all think of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and segue